Okay, so today is March 12th, 2019. It's been another week, and where am I this week? Well, last week was spring break, and there was a lot that I had to get done. There were some things I wanted to get done, and then I also had to do some relaxing because I can't spend all of my time working. I think I overworked myself over Christmas break, and that's part of my problem. So, I got my theory of elasticity homework done, the one that was a little bit behind, and I've started this next one, although I haven't really made much progress with it yet. But I have at least looked at it, and I already know I don't know what it's asking me, but I think we're a little behind in the class, so that's okay. But generally, I'm doing okay in that class. In my vehicle aerodynamics class, that was the one I spent the most time working on, I think. Either that or elasticity, because I did finish that homework. But I spent several days working on Project One, which is modeling Formula One or some kind of formula car, FSAE. Anyway, it's a racing car, and my grade in that class right now is sitting at kind of a low B because I did so badly on that homework and the first exam or the midterm. And I need to do better. So I dedicated some time to that class, and it was a learning experience. So I followed the directions, I got some work done, but nothing was working quite right. When I pulled up my information, when I was visualizing my mesh, it looked like I didn't have any prism layers, which are what captures the boundary layer effect. And if I don't have prism layers, then my answer is going to be completely wrong. And I tried moving a little bit beyond that just to see what I could do with the rest of the um, instructions to try to, just make whatever kind of progress I could, just learning how to use the program. But I got more or less stuck because I just wasn't able to move forward without everything being meshed correctly. And just, uh, so I spent a lot of time and I feel like I didn't make much progress, even though I know rich people will tell you to fail early and fail fast. So, I mean, I guess I'm succeeding on that, but that mostly comes from people with unlimited money but limited time. So their advice, take it with a grain of salt. On my research, that's where I'm probably most behind, even though I'm caught up on my vehicle class, but I feel like my research, I've been doing work in my head, organizing my thoughts and trying to figure out how to better fix things. And I have had the problem of being a little bit bitter and frustrated with my work. So I was kind of putting it off because I didn't have the motivation to do it and do it well, but I've been kind of working on it in the back of my head some. But I finally got some feedback on the paper I had written earlier this semester, and that is they said it was appropriate for a student paper, but it was not yet appropriate for publication. I need to put my paper in better context next to the other research that's been done. And I also need to go into more detail about my meshing, which is something I was a little bit fuzzy about, but I'm going to have to get the details that I need and put them in. But meshing is probably it's one of the most important things in CFD, but it's also something that, I mean, obviously, I'm still learning about. That's what I was having trouble with in my vehicle aerodynamics class. So I guess that's something that I'm going to have to take the time to master. But I'm working on it. Everything I did was not work, though. I made it a point to spend at least part of my spring break having some fun. So I did play Civilization. I played several games. I got 3 out of the 4 victories. I've got the religious victory. I got a conquest victory, which was surprisingly quick because you can just set up a tiny map and then go conquer the only other person. And I got a science victory, although I probably could have gotten a conquest victory on that map too. And I think I'm learning a little bit better how the pieces go together, but the AI is really stupid. Like they're never really all that smart in Civilization, but this one is especially stupid, like to the point of not even feeling like a proper AI. So it's probably not the best of all games, but I have had some fun with it. I also spent some time playing Monster Hunter because my friend Olga started streaming and she was streaming some Monster Hunter. So I was kind of following her stream and also then I got in the mood to play some myself and it was something also on my to-do list. I was supposed to go visit with my friend Sarah on Saturday, but then I got sick and I had a terribly upset stomach and I was extremely tired and just everything went wrong. That's been kind of an ongoing problem, but it was just really bad on Saturday. I didn't feel like I was well enough to ride in the back of someone else's car, and I also did not feel like I would be able to drive because I was having trouble sleeping at night. I mean, I can sleep all day long, but I need to be able to sleep at night. I have an early morning class in here, but I call it early morning, but it's at 11:30. But I wake up at 9 something for it, so there's that. Uh, Overall, life is mostly under control. I don't have any outstanding, major, terrible problems, but I wanted to be ahead at this point, and I'm not. Oh, and on my vehicle class, the other thing that I was looking at was the major graduate paper project. That's a literature review, it turns out. I thought he wanted us to read one paper. He wants us to read 9 and put all of the information together. So that's going to be a lot of work. So I have a lot of work coming up for these next few weeks, but this is the end of my graduate career, so I need to put my nose to the grindstone and just get it done and get over whatever it is that's making me not want to do stuff. My appetite has been shot, so it's just I'm having trouble working more than 8 hours a day, and sometimes I don't get all of that done. But I'm doing my best, and I might not be satisfied with it, but at least so far it's good enough.